Ever find yourself stuck in line at the grocery store, desperately hoping the cashier doesn't judge your junk food choices? Or maybe you've spent hours agonizing over the perfect Instagram caption, terrified of getting cancelled by the peanut gallery. Welcome to the human experience, my friend. We've all been there. We live in a world obsessed with opinions, where everyone's a critic, and social media amplifies every judgment 1,000-fold. It's like we're trapped in a giant opinion prison, constantly worried about saying or doing the wrong thing. But guess what? This constant need for approval is exhausting and, frankly, a little ridiculous. Think about it. How much of your mental energy is spent worrying about what other people think? What could you accomplish if you could break free from this self-imposed prison? The truth is, most people are too busy worrying about their own insecurities to give you a second thought. So, why do we care so much? Why do we let the opinions of others dictate our lives, our choices, and even our happiness? It's time to break free from this cycle and discover the liberating power of not giving AF*CK. Let's get all sciencey for a minute. Our brains are hardwired to care about social acceptance. Back in the caveman days, belonging to a tribe meant survival. Getting kicked out into the wilderness meant facing saber-toothed tigers alone. Not ideal. So, our ancestors evolved to crave approval. Being liked meant safety, resources, and a better chance of passing on their genes. Fast forward to today, and our brains haven't quite caught up. We still have that primal urge to fit in, even though getting rejected from a social group doesn't usually involve a predator mauling. But here's the thing. Our modern world is vastly different from the savannah. We have more freedom and choices than ever before. Clinging to this ancient need for universal approval is like trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. It just doesn't work. Instead of fearing judgment, we need to rewire our brains to recognize that not everyone's opinion holds the same weight. Some opinions matter, like those of our loved ones or mentors. Others, not so much. Learning to differentiate between the two is crucial for breaking free from the opinion prison. Think about the last time you got a compliment from someone you barely knew. Felt good, right? That little dopamine hit is the same reward system our brains activate for things like food, sex, and drugs. Yep, you read that right. We can become addicted to approval. Social media is the ultimate dealer in this scenario. Likes, comments, and followers become validation currency. We chase the high of external approval, constantly seeking our next fix. But just like any addiction, the more we feed it, the more we need. This constant need for validation from strangers is a recipe for misery. It's like building your self-worth on a foundation of sand. One negative comment, one bad review, and the whole thing crumbles. The key to breaking free from this addiction is to find your validation internally. What are you good at? What makes you proud? Focus on building your sense of self-worth from within, and you'll find that external opinions hold less power over you. Let's be honest, most people who judge others are deeply insecure themselves. It's a classic case of projection. They criticize your flaws to make themselves feel better about their own. Think about the last time you judged someone harshly. Were you feeling particularly confident and secure at that moment? Or were you projecting your own insecurities onto someone else? The truth is, judgment often stems from a place of fear, envy, or insecurity. People criticize what they don't understand, what they secretly desire, or what reminds them of their own perceived shortcomings. Understanding this can be incredibly liberating. When you realize that most criticism is more about the critic than it is about you, it becomes easier to brush it off. It's like realizing the schoolyard bully is just a scared kid trying to mask their own pain. So how do we actually stop giving AF*CK? It's simpler than you think. Cultivate the me mentality. Imagine a mental shrug emoji. That's the vibe we're going for. This doesn't mean becoming apathetic or indifferent to everything. It's about choosing your battles wisely and not letting every little thing get under your skin. Someone cut you off in traffic? Meh. Your coworker made a snarky comment about your outfit? Meh. The me mentality is about conserving your energy for the things that truly matter. It's about recognizing that you can't please everyone, and that's perfectly okay. In fact, it's more than okay. It's liberating. Practice saying meh to the small stuff. You'll be amazed at how much mental space it frees up. Rejection sucks. There's no way around it. But what if we could change the way we think about rejection? What if, instead of seeing it as a personal failure, we saw it as a redirection? Think about it. Every no you receive is simply a stepping stone on the path to a yes. Every job interview that doesn't pan out, every date that goes south, every creative project that gets rejected, they're all opportunities to learn, grow, and refine your approach. Successful people aren't immune to rejection, they just don't let it stop them. They see it as feedback, as a chance to improve. They understand that not every opportunity is right for them, and that's okay. So, the next time you face rejection, don't despair. Embrace it, learn from it, and then move on. Here's a secret. Everyone's weird. We all have our quirks, our idiosyncrasies, the things that make us unique. And that's a good thing. Embrace your weirdness. It's what makes you, you. The problem is, we're often taught to suppress our true selves, to conform to societal norms. We're told to fit in, to be normal. But normal is boring. Normal is overrated. When you embrace your weirdness, you give yourself permission to be authentically you. You stop worrying about what others think and start living a life that's true to yourself. And that, my friend, is a beautiful thing. So let your freak flag fly. Dance like nobody's watching. Sing at the top of your lungs. Be unapologetically you. The world needs your weirdness. Imagine a life where you're no longer held captive by the opinions of others. A life where you're free to pursue your passions, express yourself authentically, and make choices that align with your values, regardless of what anyone else thinks. This is the freedom that comes with mastering the art of not caring. It's not about being indifferent or apathetic. It's about choosing what truly matters to you and letting go of the rest. When you stop giving AF*C cake about the things that don't serve you, you create space for the things that do. You have more time, energy, and mental bandwidth to focus on your goals, your relationships, and your own personal growth. This freedom is liberating, it's empowering, and it's available to anyone willing to do the work. At the end of the day, your life is yours to live. You get to decide what matters to you, what you believe in, and how you want to spend your precious time on this planet. Don't let anyone else dictate your choices or define your worth. It's time to take back your power. It's time to stop seeking validation from others and start living a life that's authentically you. It won't be easy. There will be times when you're tempted to fall back into old patterns, to care too much about what others think. But remember this, you are worthy of love and belonging, just as you are. You don't need to change who you are to please others. Embrace your imperfections, your quirks, your unique perspective. That's what makes you interesting, relatable, and real. So there you have it, the not-so-subtle art of not giving AF*C cake. It's not about being a jerk or not caring about anything. It's about choosing your battles wisely, focusing on what truly matters, and living a life that's true to yourself. Now go out there and be the best, most authentic version of yourself. The world is waiting.